Custom data is the key that unlocks Intercom's real value. In this video, I'll bring you through the different types of custom data that you can send to Intercom. The unique user data that you send to Intercom is referred to as custom attributes, and it enables you to send much more personalized and targeted messages to your users. An example data point could be something like price plan, which would be a data point to identify which price plan your users are on. The values that might be stored for that attribute could be free, silver, premium, or gold, for example. To give some context, let's say you wanted to message all of your users who are on your free plan. We could do this by setting a rule to target users whose price plan is free, like so. There are a number of different types of custom attributes you can send to Intercom. The first type you can send is a string, which is just a free text value which can contain numbers and letters. Price plan would be a good example of a string value, as it could be made up of letters or strings. The next type is a number, which would store a whole number value. An example value for this might be friends invited, which would tell us how many friends a user has invited. When storing a number, you can also store a decimal number. This is stored as a float. An example of where you might store a float could be total spent. This value would track the total amount a user has spent on your services to the decimal value. The next type of data point we can track is a Boolean, which is a true or false value. An example of this might be bill paid, which would track whether a user had paid their bill or not. With this value, we could send a targeted reminder message to all the people where bill paid is false. The final custom attribute type that we can store is date. You could store a date value called bill due at to track when a bill is due, for example. We could use this in combination with our last Boolean value, bill paid. So we could set up an auto message to target people who haven't paid their bill and who have it due in the next 10 days. These are all the custom attribute types we can track in Intercom. So to recap, we can store strings, numbers, floats, which is a decimal value, Booleans, which is a true or false value, and dates. In the next video, I'll run through what we call events, which track the actions your users perform throughout your platform, which you can also send to Intercom to send more targeted and personal messages.